people, so it's my third part of this. I don't really do 3 parts sometimes, but anyways, as I was saying, it just seems to bewilder me why some people just can't seem to understand personal preferences and personal tastes of that sort. I mean, does that bother people that they don't like the same things they like, and they feel like they have to force everyone to like a certain thing that they don't like? That was the whole thing. Was the whole, I'm just gonna go on to that whole, gay marriage thing over here. And, like I said, it's just that Orange County is a bit conservative, but I figure as far as that goes, I mean, maybe some people would vote yes on the whole amendment as far as over here in Orange County, in some places, but other places would probably feel like that is not their place to go around and legislating what goes beyond people's lives and behind the bedroom and all that sort of thing, but anyways, what a lot of people don't seem to realize was just also that maybe, like, I don't know, it was just that I'm just being me, for that matter, and it took me like years to kind of go around and say that I'm just being me, and that if they don't like it, tough, and I think that was just mostly what happened so far. I think I just hadn't really developed a whole lot of confidence and courage to say that to some people, I don't know. I would think would have happened if I basically came out around high school. That's something I have to tell Matt or then I figure all of my friends would be accepting of it. Some of them would not be, Some of the teachers wouldn't be. Some of them would be. They probably would send me to some sort of psychologist because they probably thought I was going through some sort of phase, But anyways, excuse me on that. I'm just still having some allergy problems. So, anyways, I'm also walking towards sunlight again. So it's gonna look all really funny now. And anyways, besides that, it was also besides that, it was just also those little things because I don't know. Maybe it's just that some people like that in those schools just can't seem to understand that a person has a right to be who they are and be authentic to their own being, instead of just having to conform to the needs of some sort of dour person who just wants everything to be the same. That if everything were the same, it'd be so goddamn boring. I mean, I forgot what was the other thing I was kind of talking about. Anyways, I was just also gonna switch some gears a little bit. So, anyways, I never really talked about this on here, but it was one of my other things hobbies are one of my favorite kinds of shows, but it's, although I think some people might find this a little silly, but it's not just like anime and stuff like that, but it's also like the whole Super Sentai series. I mean, what I'm saying about like Super Sentai series, it's really like the Japanese version of Power Rangers. And then you kind of wonder why every year there's always a different thing each year. That's sort of the whole thing with Super Sentai. And I kind of think that you have it change every year, it makes it a little bit more interesting. But anyways, besides the whole Super Sentai series, of course, I also like the American version of it. But I think the last couple of seasons since Disney took over, they seem to kind of go down the tubes, than opposed to like how the original people at Saban did it, and it seemed like they were kind of a lot better than the last series, the latest ones. For some people, it's just more or less think of like our version as much as like a butchered up version of Super Sentai, but it's just like how some people who are the anime purists, I mean, what I mean by the term anime purist, those are people who like the anime series, but they never really watch English dubs, the dub versions of it, or let alone want a certain series to be dubbed. And those people kind of say that once it becomes like adapted into English, they just make several different changes. They butcher it up, and then they change certain elements around, whether if it was such things that pertain to the Japanese culture, or such things where it's just too graphic or whatever, or such things that they had to change just because some people over here are just overly sensitive about certain things. And although to me, I think I'm kind of like somewhat of a purist as well, but I've also seemed to like some of like the adapted versions of certain anime shows, as long as they kind of kept a little bit close to the original show. But a lot of things that the anime purists would also advocate, or some people that are somewhat purist of that, is they just want to have like the only real change there is just maybe change from Japanese to English, or Japanese to whatever native language that they speak of. But other than that, they don't really want to have all these little changes here and there, but anyways, besides that, I think it was just a lot of the whole Super Sentai series is kind of cool, but you had to like check them out first. So anyways, I'm probably gonna have to stop this a little bit because I'm probably heading towards the 10-minute mark again, and but anyways, I wanted to stop and make sure how many minutes I actually used on this. So anyways, I think I'm just gonna stop as far as for today, and probably do another video post in a while. Okay?